Hey, what's up? Okay, this is a little bit better. Hey, what's up, people? Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Woo! Hey, what's up, people? JB Illusion here, and let's check out one of my favorite games, Shadowrun Dragonfall, the Director's Cut, which, as of the time I'm recording this, is $2.99 on the Steam sale. That's why I felt like doing something that pertained to the Steam sale and also something, that I could really actually say I enjoyed, I loved. I've basically spent, well, you guys have seen the Let's Play, or I hope you've seen the Let's Play. It's very long. Shadowrun Hong Kong is very, very long and slightly trying. The trilogy of games I've spent over 500 hours playing, just because I enjoyed them so much. And when I was in college, that was pretty much my go-to game for whenever I got bored. So, alright. Let's make a new game up here. And I guess I should try to explain exactly what Shadowrun is. Shadowrun is basically the Matrix meets Tolkien. That's pretty much it. Basically, all the cool ideas in the Matrix, all the robots, all the Matrix interfacing with Dungeons and Dragons. I don't believe there are any hobbits, but then again, there are dwarves. What happened was, when magic came back, people started to mutate and get diseases where they turned into trolls, orcs, dwarves, and elves. Also, some really, really old things came back. Some really, really old elves, some really, really old magical creatures. Especially dragons, who are apparently jerks. Now, let's see. We could go elf, dwarf, orc. I think we're going to go with a female orc rigger. Now, in Shadowrun, there are a bunch of different archetypes. Street Samurai, you're basically the guy who gets shot at. You shoot back, you fight. And also, I should probably talk about this. There's what's known as cyberware. Basically, you augment yourself. You get a robot arm, robot leg. There's bioware, which is very, very interesting, like additions to your organs that you can get. All these like crazy things. I think there's one where you can spit acid. Mages, yeah, that's kind of self-explanatory. Decker, these are the guys who interface with the Matrix. You jack in, you hack computers. And it's really, really awesome. I would suggest, like, reading some of the Shadowrun lore. Maybe I'll include some of it. It's really, really good, and it's very interesting. Shamans commune with spirits. Spirits also made a comeback. I'm not talking about, like, just, ooh, ghosts. I'm also talking about spirit animals. A lot of shamans have a spirit animal. Dog is, of course, loyal, caring, compassionate, whereas pig is very, very greedy and kind of just a jerk. So the shamans who follow them kind of represent them in a way. Also, there are some more abstract there are more abstract ideas that are also the spirits that certain shamans follow. Dietrich is going to show that later. Riggers essentially are all drone warfare. They use kind of a similar way that the Deckers get into the Matrix to control drones. Just straight up, they hop into them and they control all the drones' movement and the like. There's also physical adepts. Basically, they apply magic to themselves to augment their physical abilities. Pretty cool. So we're going to go with Rigger, and let's see what we got. I really like the pictures. A lot of this is really nice. That does look like a Rigger. Like, they tried to make everybody look good. Do we got anything nice? I like that. Also, one sec. Alright, so going with this just because I like the look. Like, straight up. Now, here's the system that they kind of, well, really took from the actual Shadowrun tabletop RPG. You have body points, determines how much physical damage, quickness, you get the idea. How quick you are, how dexterous, it's really, really good for range combat that you need. You can be specialized in specific weapons. Some people make it their business to be really, really good with a lot of different weapons, weapon specialists, but that's not how we're going to be. Melee, we're not really going to focus on that. Intelligence is where it's at for us. We are a rigger, so we're going to focus on controlling our drones. We'll actually start off really good with that. So what we're going to do is go to Charisma. What type of past has she had? Shadowrunner, Street, Academic, Socialite, Gang. I want to say Security. She used to work security, that's how she got her drones in the first place. Something bad happened, and then she wound up having to become a Shadowrunner. Shadowrunners basically exist in between the giant mega corporations that run everything, the various very, very scary things that they do, and the dirt that they try to get on each other. If you want a deniable asset, you hire a Shadowrunner. That's pretty much how it works. Let's put in a little bit for range combat. What are we going to be using? Does anyone use an SMG? That's what we're going to use, SMG. Let's go. Confirm. Now the name is very, very interesting. Riggers tend to control a lot of cars and drones and such. So give me 1 second for this. Alright, we're going with Torque because it sounds awesome. Now, there are a lot of Shadowrunners who have amazing names. Halfjack, which is pretty cool. Not as good as Fastjack, who is one of the best, I would say, deckers in the series, or in the lore. And then there's also Clockwork, who is an awesome, angry... He's not a goblin, he's like an angry goblin decker slash rigger. Life was good, easy jobs, regular pay, a reliable crew, but things went south and you had to drop off the grid. Put a bullet in the past and start fresh somewhere new. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free state of Berlin, the flux state. A grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the great dragon Lufwir only has so much sway in the constantly evolving power structure of Berlin. The perfect place for a savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. And as luck would have it, home to your old partner in crime, Monica Schaefer. It's your third run with Monica and her team, an old castle Holdfast, 1 hour east of Berlin, perched on a hill overlooking the countryside. The job is standard: smash and grab, crack the vault, grab the data, get out in one piece, a mediocre payday. But work is work. As the team gathers for Monica's pre-run briefing, you pause to take in your surroundings. So, Shadowrunners oftentimes work for companies, and I said before they're deniable assets. Well, if you mess up or somebody feels like, well, shooting you, you kinda gotta get out. The estate grounds are silent save for the faint whistling of the wind. Your team gathers near a side entrance to the old Castle Holdfast. Cloaked in darkness, the night is peaceful. You know it won't last. You know it for what it is. A pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. Monica, listen up, folks. Monica Schaefer. You ran with her back in the day, watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader and Drekhot Decker to boot. Well, she's... Okay, I'm gonna shut up about that. We're on a tight timetable. I want to enter the estate, find the basement, open the data vault, extract the files, and bolt 10 minutes top to bottom. I can understand that, Dietrich. Trying to get home in time for Worm Talk, love. Dietrich, Shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. Monica's eyes twinkle with mischief. Maybe. How many times have I told you, you can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth? The trid trash will rot your brain. She grins. It's educational. Besides, this should be a milk run. Never, ever, ever, ever believe anything is a milk run in Shadowrun. Believe me. Security is supposed to be light, a few automatic weapons, no armor. With low luck, they'll never know we were here. Just like old times, huh? Monica's smile returns, more wistful this time. The moonlight catches her face at a strange angle. Yeah, just like old times. Milk run or not, we should be careful. Glory, razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral, her expression placid. You can see that she is actually cybered up right now. Her arms are pretty much all metal at this point. There may be private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. Okay, she's also a medic, which is something that a Street Sam can kind of slightly do. You people need to relax. We're professionals, remember? Monica raises her arms and speaks into her wristmad comlink. A darkened face shimmers on the view screen. Iger, are you in position? The comlink crackles, and the response comes back low and soft, softer than you expect from a troll. Affirmative. The alarm lines have been cut, and I have a clear line of fire on the estate's service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. Excellent. Thank you, Iger. Just doing my job. Iger out. The comlink goes dark. Monica winks at you as she drops her arm. See, we're professionals. Alright, people, enough chatter. Our client wants the data from the vault, so we get him the data from the vault. Quick, quiet, and quick. You said quick twice. She grins. Worm Talk is on tonight. Glory raises an eyebrow slightly. I told you, it's educational. I really like Monica. Alright, so now we pick up our gear. Our gear is going to involve... We're going to grab a weapon. As I said, we're going SMGs. There are also throwing knives and some other stuff. We're going to grab the rest of our kit. We got a little Doberman model. Nothing too amazing, but eventually we'll have like two of these guys. I think one support and one another. As you can see, our old pal Monica has an assault rifle and she's a Decker. I believe in the newer editions of Shadowrun, you aren't required to have a data jack. Basically, it's the exact same thing that they use on the people in the Matrix, except not in chair form. You have to hold it with you, you plug it into your head, and then boom, you're in. A private museum, the owner of this estate must have money to burn. I got money to blow. A variety of well-preserved Slavic artifacts, and actual Tyrannosaurus. That's pretty cool. It's genuine too. Wow, I'm impressed. What do we have over here? The vase in this case looks both very old and very valuable. A fine scrollwork of lapis and gold leaf decorates its exterior, and the interior shimmers with the organic beauty of abalone shell. Your fixer could probably move this thing in a heartbeat. You can't help but notice the glass encasing. It looks awfully flimsy. We're going to try to smash the glass just because. As you draw your arm back to smash the glass, Dietrich catches it. His gnarled hand tightens around her wrist. Not a smart move, Klein. We have a job to do, and hauling a great big vase around isn't part of it. Dietrich offers you a toothy grin. Unless the vase figured into your plans to complete the mission somehow. Did you have a vase-oriented strategy that I was unaware of? I get your point. The payday from the run will have to do. That it will. Dietrich jerks his hand in the direction of Monica and Gloria and claps his hand across your shoulders. Let's go, nah? We mustn't keep the others waiting. So, I really like that. Tells a little bit about who Dietrich is. He's not super angry about it. He's just like, hey, watch out for it. It's all good. We're friends. We work together. Alright, how's this going? Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. What we got over here? So we need to get through this area, but I think we probably need to make a detour. We'll go through here for right now. Oh, well, we found some security. Alright, I know all about the turn-based combat. We're going to hop over here and activate our Doberman. As you would notice, she activated something exactly on her head to get the Doberman under complete control. And now it's basically just take this guy out. We will attempt. He's currently undercover. Shouldn't be too bad, though. Tried. Not too bad. Dietrich, we're just going to use some magic. Or maybe not. This is a little bit of a big issue. So we're just going to focus on aim throw. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. Alright. Do we have anyone else coming? Hopefully not. Yeah, we got more enemies. Intruders at my position. Alright. She is going to hold up back here. And the drone is going to be the one... God, I feel terrible using our drone as a deniable asset. Basically using it as something to get shot at. Alright, so we're going to have Monica deck into the Matrix. So the thing about the Matrix in Shadowrun, I'll talk more when she actually goes and does it, is that most deckers have like aliases and avatars that they go by that are kind of cool. So Dietrich serves Dragon Slayer Idol. The power of Dragon Slayer aids all friends within 3 tile ranges and reduces incoming damage. So each shaman kind of has an ability like this depending on who they follow. And like I told you before, the abstract ideas like Dragon Slayer and creativity are also idols that you can follow, and you get certain buffs. Ooh, that was lucky. Shotguns are dangerous in every game. Guess what doesn't have very, very good chance to hit? You know, an SMG. That's alright. As long as we get our Doberman drone under control, we're straight. And I guess we can only hack this after we finish this fight. Nice. We're holding our own. Very, very good. Dietrich can boost... We'll boost Gloria up. Most shamans basically focus on support magic in this game, but they also have the ability to summon very, very scary spirit creatures that are actually super useful. He's got an air elemental, and oh, it's 2 air elementals. I prefer other elementals, but hey, it's all good. Now, hi, Dietrich. You kind of exposed yourself. Yeah, just go crazy. Chances of hitting aren't that big. But we got this guy over here. And boom, all done. Now, let's check this out. Oh, Monica already hacked it. Which means we have to go over here. Jack in. And we gotta pick our decker. We already know who that is. Monica, let's go. What I was saying before about avatars was actually pretty awesome. Because a lot of avatars in Shadowrun will pick out, or a lot of deckers in Shadowrun will pick out their avatars. This is Combat in the Matrix. These are programs that are trying to keep us out, and we're trying to get in as sneakily as possible. Usually it doesn't work that way. And I wish that that program actually stopped that thing. Good, it missed. But custom-made avatars I wish were a thing. Because there are a lot of very interesting ones. There's a guy who's very, very well known for figuring out the Matrix and sneaking through it. And he goes by Moriarty, and he has this whole... Okay, we can reach that. He has this whole, like, Victorian English thing going on, which I find really awesome. Nice. And... attack. I guess we'll drop a blaster right here. Boom. Take a turn. I think it's 3 turns in the Matrix equal a turn outside. So we took care of that. Jack out. Emergency jackouts, I forgot do that. They give you some dump shock. Which does happen. If you're, say, a decker and the IC knocks you out or destroys the avatar that you currently have, well, it's going to hurt. I mean, it is linked directly to your brain. So yeah, it's not the best feeling in the world. Alright, let's get... Oh, we can't control you this round. That kind of sucks. Hide over here, Monica. Glory. I'm not worried about Glory too much. I believe in Glory. We'll get her adrenaline pumping, though. She has an adrenaline pump inside of her. Good on her. Because that's what Street Samurais do. They basically do very, very scary things to their body. Let's move out a little bit further and we'll cover Monica. Oh, sorry, Dietrich. They got a troll with an SMG. Can't hit nothing. A mage in the back and a dwarf with a shotgun. Not too bad. Oh, we can hit this guy. We're going to send the Doberman up here. Oh, we could have taken a nice little path through there. That probably would have been very useful. But it's all good. We're going through these guys at pretty much record time. And bang. Nothing. Who are we going to boost up? Can't boost anyone up. We'll just protect them. Hey, if you get any damage coming your way, at least it'll not hurt as much. Too bad our rigger was not actually, you know, in the zone for that. That kind of sucked. But it's all good. Miss, but we got the flank. Can we? Almost. Not too bad. Oh, I forgot. Glory could just run in and start clawing people to death. Yep, forgot about that. Nice move. That's why Street Samurai are awesome. We could boost her up again, might as well. With a little bit of magic. So the adrenaline pump and a little bit of magic is making her lighter on her toes. That's just awesome. And move this guy around here. Bang. She can't use the adrenaline pump for 3 more turns, makes sense. And also, I'm pretty sure that just shoving as much adrenaline into your body as humanly possible probably isn't a good idea. 0% chance, it's alright. It's fine. Everything's good. For Dietrich, we could try to summon a spirit just out of the items that's around. I find that really useful. I know in Shadowrun how spirits work is kind of a case-by-case basis, and also mages treat spirits a lot differently in how they, you know, control them. A shaman will probably make a bet, or like some form of, you know, work. Hey, I'll give you this in order for you to work for me for a specific amount of time. Mages are kind of like, hey, I owe you now. That's kind of how mages work. I think shamans are reduced to having, let's say, a fire spirit near a fire or some type of hot area. Basically stay in that area where a mage can just take them wherever they feel like. Unless, of course, you bring a fetish and you summon it and do all that stuff. Dietrich eyes the door, then turns to Monica. That's a big freaking vault, Leibchen. Leibchen? Bigger than on the schematic. The schematic didn't have a date, or our client may have old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. The data we're looking for should be just on the other side of this door. Monica combs a hand through her hair, parting it to reveal the black plastic sheath of her data jack. A quick jaunt into the matrix, a little digital hand waving, and I'll have this thing wide open. Be right back. A burst of static electricity through the tiny speaker on Monica's comlink. Iger still in position outside the estate. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you're jacked in? Monica rolls her eyes. Dietrich fixes his stare intently on the vault door. Glory looks cold and distant, just as she always does. Fun fact, by augmenting yourself with all that, like, heavy metal, you technically lose part of your spirit. Like, it gets flayed from you, and people who tend to have a lot of augmentations like Glory does, their disposition is kind of just like, meh, okay, I got it, let's go. It's very kind of monotone and robotic. We've been through this before, Iger. You're not in the KSK anymore, and that chain of command nonsense doesn't fly in the shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us. The same principles that apply to the Flux state. Please, spare me the lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. Best get used to it, Iger, love. She sighs. Look, it's a simple question. Years of experience tell me that it needs an answer. We should have a second in command just in case. Monica stares at you for a moment, clearly irritated. Then that twinkle appears in her eye again. She smiles at you as she speaks into her comlink. Very well. We'll do this Iger's way. While I'm jacked in, Torque is in charge. There's a pause. Then Iger's voice crackles out of the comlink again. Torque? Did I hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command? I'm no rookie, Iger, and you know it. Although we did try to smash that vase. Let's not talk about that right now. Monica cuts in, still smiling. You heard what I said, Iger. This is ridiculous. I know that this is a joke to you, Monica, but I'm telling you, Iger. Monica's tone is all business. Evidently, she's had enough. The decision's made. We have your answer. Acknowledged. Without any other word, Iger's image flickers and fades from Monica's communicator. Sorry about that, Iger. Can be inflexible. The legacy of a long military career, but she knows what she's doing, and she means well. It's a legitimate concern, she already knows me. Monica's eyes narrow. There's a thin line between concern and insubordination. You let me know if she crosses it. Dang! Okay, enough chatter, let's get this done. Monica turns toward the door, fingers poised on the controls of her cyberdeck. She glances back at you with a grin. See you on the other side. Then she punches it, projecting her consciousness into cyberspace, her fingers harmonizing in the smooth, rhythmic staccato that only an expert decker can achieve. Okay. Without warning, Monica's back arches violently, and her head jerks back, silencing her terrible screams. Muscle spasms ripple through her face, and her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying from between her teeth. You look down and see a nub of pink flesh hit the floor, the tip of her tongue. The room explodes into action. Glory leaps towards Monica, her hand outstretched to yank the cord from her data jack. Dietrich surges forward to wrap the team's fallen decker in a bear hug, holding her against the convulsions that rack her body, with Monica's unearthly scream still ringing sharply in your head. You are only dimly aware of the door slamming shut behind you. Help Dietrich hold Monica down. As Dietrich holds Monica's thrashing body, you grab her head in both hands and hold it steady. Glory wraps a cybernetically enhanced hand around the cord leading to Monica's data jack and pries it free. The commingled scents of charred meat and ozone fill the air. You've seen the effects of biofeedback before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face, and blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscles in her jaw tensing, and the look of concentration in her eyes. She's struggling to speak. Talk to me, Monica. What are you trying to say? Slowly, painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open. The blood welled up in her mouth comes pouring out in a slick covering her chest. She expels a thick, guttural sound that might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shape she needs. Fear. With an effort, Monica opens her eyes again and meets yours. You see pain and fear in her gaze, and something else. Hope? Swing. A sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts. Then her chin drops to her chest and her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fix on an object in the next room. A computer terminal. The soft light of a cursor blinks on its recessed screen. Slowly she attempts to speak again, but the only sound that emerges is a long, strangled croak. A look of resignation washes over Monica's face, and she stops fighting. Her gore-slipped jaw goes slack and she dies. That's a milk run for you. So, I am now being informed that I do not have much time, so we're going to end this right there at the climax. This is a game I really enjoy. If you're like a tactical person, I think you'll like it too. This has been Shadowrun Hong Kong Director's Cut, which on the Steam sale is up for $2.99. I think it's well worth $3. Anyhow, thank you guys for checking this out with me. I'm JB Illusion. Tell me if you liked it in the comments down below, and please like if you liked. Peace out, people.